All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the build that we have been working on for the past 2 years or so. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Alain. And let me get you up to speed about this build. This is a 2015 to 28i and it has an N20 engine. The goal is to build this engine to be reliable, powerful, and send it to the track. I have been working on it, but unfortunately, let me just be honest, I have been having a lot of troubles. Although within the stages, I managed to get this car to Watkins Glen International, I get this car to CMP, which is Carolina Motorsport Park, I get this car to New Jersey Motorsport Park. The last one we went, which was New Jersey Motorsport Park, that's when we got an issue with oil leaking at the rear seal. Honestly, I don't know what caused it. Could have been a wrong installation of the transmission, and which also caused some issues and the motor to lock up and all that. So from that moment up until today, I have been having an oil leak on the car, and I don't know where that oil leak was coming from, and I just decided, you know what, let me just go ahead and rebuild this engine again. Now this phase is where it all started, which is get this car, convert it to a closed deck, and let's run it to, I don't know how much power we are going to make, but the goal was to make a lot of power. I don't know, could be 400, could be 500, but just a lot of power. But the block has to be built to withhold over 800 horsepower, and this is where we took this block to CSS, which is Cylinder Support Systems. They are in New Hampshire. I worked with them previously. When we worked with it, the car was giving issues with mixing coolant in the oil chambers, and the oil in the oil pan was coming out milky, and which was no good at all. And with that, we decided to go back to OEM style, but we put forge piston, forge connecting rods, and all that, you name it. And today, as we are, it's a completely brand new build and a different version. Let me get you what version we are working with. We've got CSS block, we've got big turbo, and I went with the top mount turbo. It's always been my goal to have a top mount turbo. We have that, and a lot of work have been done on the turbo setup, which is the manifold, and get it top mount and get it to a better downpipe as well, because previously when I did the big turbo, the downpipe was dangling, and you could see on the track it's like something that was hanging underneath the car. But right now we have a better design and you won't see anything underneath, and I am also to change it to stainless steel so that we can reduce weight as well. And some of the few things that I improved as well is the charge pipe. So the charge pipe on this car have been giving me a lot of issues, popping out, and also there is a small electrical connection that almost get damaged because of the mal placement of the charge pipe. But with that, it's now time for me to crank it with the new setup that we have. Crank it and probably run it for maybe 10 to 15 minutes and finish up the rest of the work. All right, I am going to crank it. I disconnected the fuel pump, I disconnected the injectors, so we should be good. I'm going to crank it 2 or 3 times so that we can have the oil flowing to the oil cooler and everywhere else. Let's do this. The car isn't starting. This is no good. Okay, I was trying to crank the car, and it wasn't going through because I swapped the cable on the DME. I think I should be able to crank it now. Nothing. Not getting any crank. Starter ignition malfunctioning. It is not possible to restart the engine. Please recall start assistance. Oh man, I think my starter is out. Okay, I will show you the error message that I am getting. It says starter ignition malfunctioning right there. You see that? So let me look at the power cable and see if that's the issue. And if not, then we are going to need a new starter. Okay, I identified the issue. I did not connect the starter trigger cable plug. That's why it gave me that error. Now, let's try this. It sounds really good. It sounds really, really good. It sounds really good. I'm going to turn it off.